Hello guys and welcome to Code Shortcut. So guys, in this video we are going to discuss how can we integrate newsletter in Laravel 11. So without wasting any further time, let's start. Let's move to step number 1, which says that we need to create a fresh Laravel project, or you can use an existing project as well. It's totally up to you. Two commands to create fresh Laravel project. If you have Laravel global install, you can simply use this command. If you don't have Laravel global install, you can simply use this command. For this video purpose, I'm going to create this fresh project with you so that I can guide you step by step. So let's move forward. Let's move to git bash. I have already accessed the htdocs folder. I have Laravel global install, so I can simply type Laravel new project name, in this case newsletter 1, because I'm already using the newsletter for Hindi Urdu lecture. So hit enter. And it is asking about the starter kit, so select none. Testing framework 0 or pest, hit enter. For the database selection, we will select MySQL. We want to create the database, we want to run the migration, so simply type yes, hit enter. Okay guys, so our fresh project is ready, which means we can move to step number 2, access the project. So let's do that. cd newsletter 1, and I have already done it on the Sublime side right here. Okay, let's move to step number 3, install newsletter package. So let's copy this command. Let's move to git bash, paste it, hit enter. Okay guys, so our package is successfully installed, which means we can move to step number 4, publish the configuration. So let's copy this command and let's move to git bash, paste, hit enter, and it's done. So now we have a newsletter.php file that has all the configuration related to newsletter. So let me show you config newsletter.php. So this package actually supports ToDriver, Mailcoach and MailChimp. So that's what we need to change right here, since in this case we will be using MailChimp, okay, not Mailcoach. So we need to change this as defined right here. So I will simply select MailChimp driver class from here and paste it just like that. The second change is MailChimp. For the MailChimp endpoint, we need to define it null. So let's copy. You can see the changes right here. I know what I'm doing, so I can do it quickly, okay? But for you guys, I have defined everything right here, okay? So let me define the endpoint right here. Okay, it's done. Let's move forward. Next, we need to install the MailChimp package. So just in case, just to let you guys know that even if you are using Mailcoach as a driver, you need to install an additional package related to Mailcoach. Okay, in this case, we are using MailChimp. So that's why we need to install an additional package that is related to MailChimp. Just keep that in mind. And now we will focus on this blog post. Okay, so let me just copy this command. Let's move right here, paste. Hit enter, let the package install. Okay guys, so once again our package is successfully installed. Next we need to get the API key and the list ID, and we can obtain it from the MailChimp website. So what you need to do is access this link and create an account if you don't already have it. Okay, once done, you will be redirected to your dashboard, and that's the procedure how you can get the API key and audience or list ID. I will show you. Okay, so let's say once you have created an account, you will be redirected right here. Then you have to move to your profile right here. Then we need to move to extra API keys, and then you have to move down right here, and you will see an option create a key, a button create a key. Once you click it, your API key will be created. What you need to do is save it somewhere on a notepad file or whatever you like, but you just need to save it because you won't be able to see it again. So please save it. Okay, once done, we can move forward and get the list ID, or let's say the audience ID. For that, we need to move to audience, all contacts, and then we have to move to settings, and you will find your audience ID, which is actually a list ID right here. Okay, so save it because we are going to need it right here, because we need to define it in the env. So once you have the API key, audience ID, we need to pass it in the env. So let's copy these lines and let's move to env dash env, and let's move to the bottom right here. Okay, and now is the time that you need to define your API key right here and your audience ID or list ID right here. Once done, I will meet you in the next step. I will do it while I pause the video so that I don't have to edit it again and again. Okay guys, so I have defined my API key and list ID. Now let's move to step number 6, create a controller. So let's copy this command. Let's move to git bash so that we can create a controller. and it's done. Now we need to copy everything from right here, which has actually the configuration, not the configuration, but the post request we are going to use so that we can subscribe any specific user to our newsletter. So let's move to Sublime and search for newsletter controller, and let me just paste it right here. Let me align this. Okay guys, it's done. It's very simple. We will discuss it, but first let's complete the procedure. So let's move forward. Step number 7, create and update the route. So let me just copy this all like this, and let's move to web.php, and I will just replace, because this is what we need to update. Okay, and I will remove this, and this is the newsletter that we need to import right here, and then we have our 2 routes. Okay, fine, let's move forward. Step number 8, create a view with the name form.blade.php, and we will paste this HTML. You don't need to pause the video at any point, because I'm going to provide the blog post link in the video description. Okay, let's move right here, resources, views, new file, paste everything, and let's name it form.blade.php. It's done. Step number 9, it's time to test. So now we can discuss what's going on. So first of all, let me move to this part, web.php. So once we access our URL, our home URL, we will be hitting our newsletter controller index method, which is actually returning the view, which is right here. This is actually a form using which a user can subscribe to our newsletter. In simple words, newsletter is used to keep your user, your client, your customer updated. For example, if you have any sort of offer, you can just send them a newsletter that this is what's going on, we have an offer for this, or let's say if you are going to upgrade or update anything, you can just send them, and if they are subscribed to your newsletter, you can just write an email. It's actually an email. You can write an email and send it to your users, so they get updated on your, let's say, whatever your offers or whatever you are going to update or upgrade anything, they will get updated related to that. So this is what we use newsletter actually for. Okay, so it's actually a form, simple form, URL, subscribe. We will be hitting this post method right here. You can see the method is post, right here. Okay, so we will be hitting this method, newsletter controller, and once again in the newsletter controller I have a method named subscribe. Okay, so right here, but is there anything else to discuss? Yeah, there is basic error condition and success condition, and this is some basic stuff, and then there is a button. So I know you guys know this better. Okay, so I don't need to jump into this HTML. Okay, so now let's discuss. So for example, once the user submit this form, we will be processing the newsletter subscription. First of all, we are going to validate the email. Then we need to check, I am putting an additional check right here to check if this email already exists in our newsletter subscription list or no. So this is what I'm doing. So newsletter, if the email already exists, we need to show them an error. You have already subscribed to our newsletter. If not, we need to subscribe them. So in that case, we will show them a success message right here. And let's say if anything goes south, we can handle it right here. Okay, so it's fairly simple. Now let's test it out. Let's run our project, PHP artisan serve. Let's access our project right here, and right here you can see our form, basic form. So in this case, let me try my email. So codeshortcut@gmail.com, subscribe, and you can see you have successfully subscribed to our newsletter. How can we verify it? If we move to audience, all contacts, and just refresh, and right here you can see my email, subscribe. Okay, so now let's try the other condition if the user is already subscribed. So let's try that as well. For that, what I need to do is put the same email again, codeshortcut@gmail.com, subscribe, and in this case we received an error. You have already subscribed to our newsletter. So yeah guys, that's about it from this specific video. I hope you guys like this video. If you liked it, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you, take care, and yes guys, be ready for the next one. Okay, take care.